done in the past, things that have been said, all that has gone on in this rivalry. How much did that push you guys today in the final game?
Well, it did. I mean, there's, yeah. I mean, I know that probably things you're thinking of are the same as I'm thinking of, but I mean, let's move on with humble hearts, take the high road. But yeah, there's definitely stuff that people said that spurred us on even more. Sure. Sometimes people that are standing on third base think they hit a triple, but they didn't.
It's 1900, so like, project, baby. I know that. So down. In the club, poppin' with my niggas. Kodak pop. All love, rockin' on them jiggers. On the money. You ain't talking money, I don't hear you. I don't hear you. You ain't gotta touch my own feet. That's true, that's true. Born about my skrilla. I'm about my skrilla. All my niggas monkeys, we gorillas. We gorillas. All my niggas clutching, we some hitters. Birds on my timeline, call it Twitter. I'm in the club, poppin' with my niggas. Kodak poppin'. All love, rockin' on them jiggers. Money. You ain't talking money, I don't hear. What, be quiet. You ain't gotta touch my own feet. That's Skrilla, that's Skrilla. Born about my Skrilla. I'm about my Skrilla. All my niggas monkeys, we gorillas. Yeah, we gorillas. All my niggas clutching, we some hitters. Boy, we some hitters. Birds on my timeline, call it Twitter. That's Skrilla, that's Skrilla. Born about my Skrilla. I'm about my Skrilla. Nah, we ain't fucking with you niggas. I'm coming through, me and all my boys smoking loud. I ain't hearing you. Kodak bring the noise. Every year, Christmas Day, I ain't wanna play with toys. Project Baby came from Hot Wheels to riding in a foreign. And my diamonds come from Tokyo. Yoin. Power high come from Tokyo. I call them Ching Choin. Money growing tree. Can you show me where they grew that bit? You can have a fine that girl, you ought to switch and rule that bit. Boy, you know that. It's Lil Kodak. You already knew that shit. I'm about my cheese cheddar chip. That codeine, my medicine.
You ready?
I've never been more ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is week 14, the final week of the regular season of the Generic Fantasy League. College football is regular season done. The game happened this past weekend. I mean, Brian, what do you have to say for our boys in blue?
If Davis Warren isn't in New York for the Heisman ceremony, I don't know who should be. 60 yards and 2 picks? If that is not a Heisman level quarterback, then I don't know what is. You know who isn't? Will Howard. That guy absolutely sucks. Go MF and Blue, baby. We had National Signing Day today. Bryce Underwood has signed. Beat the rivals. Have you ever seen a more glorious 7-5 season in your entire life? Does it get much better?
I never thought I would be so excited over a game that finished 13-10 with missed field goals.
That's Big Ten football, baby. Ohio State's kicker on suicide watch right now. Somebody watch out for that guy. He missed a 20-something yarder. We are the best.
Anyways, Brian, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Oh, yeah, ball and chain. No way.
Yeah, we got one more week before the playoff race is set.
Damn. Yes, we do.
And we had some incredible matchups in Week 13.
Yeah.
My first headline, you mentioned quarterback play in the Michigan game.
Of course.
Triple threat trounced by toddlers.
Oh, the T's are back. The T's are back. The alliteration is back.
Josh Allen became the first quarterback in history to log a receiving touchdown, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown in the same game on some circus-like lateral from Amari Cooper. Little 3-yard throw, lateral back, rushing touchdown. Unfortunately for Jimmy, his 28 points were not enough to overcome a goose egg by Kyle Pitts. You're asking, where do the toddlers come into this? JD is in his terrible twos. Brock Purdy netting 2 points on 94 yards and a fumble.
Yeah.
He was held up by Laporta's 2 touchdowns, Jaden Reed's 2 touchdowns, and the Broncos defense, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, look at all those 2s. That's pretty good. God damn. I am still resenting Brock Purdy for him giving me 2 points and 4 picks in the semifinals last year. What an asshole. I hate that guy. Also, neither one of those guys passed 100 points. Holy shit. You want to talk about the toilet bowl? Yeah. Jimmy used up all his luck and all his points on ruining Matt's playoff hope. Speaking of playoffs, my headline, rewriting history. Rewriting history. Big and bold right at the top. Cooper, do you remember when Florida State was snubbed from the playoffs last year?
I do.
13-0. Ends up, that's actually looking like a pretty good decision, they say.
Yeah.
However, we are rewriting history. In an alternate reality, they make it, and the Florida man is doing just that. He looks like he's going to make the playoffs after just
Crazy.
a brutal tie in record to me last year, but I had more points. He makes the playoffs for the first time ever. This is not something the Florida man does. Gotta be exciting for him. Gotta be exciting.
Proud of the kid.
Barring maybe even a more catastrophic playoff miss, could you imagine?
I think he would have to lose, Matt would have to win, and outscore him by about 80 points. I think,
did
which
math,
is
70 points.
70 points. Yeah. Brian, my next headline, pretty to the point. Now you CMC me. Now you don't.
I like what she did there. I see what she did there.
47.8 points is all that Brett got out of the #1 overall draft pick. Fourth
Damn.
game back from injury in a snow-covered Sunday. Ends Christian McCaffrey's season quicker than it started. Brett loses to Chris to go to his 5th loss in a row. Now sitting at 6-7 in a winner-takes-all death match against Cade. We're going to speak to both of those managers a little bit later in the show. No, I don't think anyone could have predicted this is where LeBron's third leg season would be at this point.
He doesn't lose 5 straight. It just doesn't happen. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Repeating history.
Oh.
Not rewriting, but repeating history. Cooper, it's about you. It's about you. You trade for CeeDee Lamb, similar to last year, although you drafted him. You get him on the team. Just real quick with that. You don't trade for Ramondre Stevenson? What's going on with that? I thought he was a good guy. You don't want him on your bench? You're not going to give Logan Rashad White for Ramondre just because?
He wouldn't do it.
Repeating history. You want to guess what you had last year? You had 156 last year against Kyle. He put up 89.
Pretty dang close.
Guess what? This year you put up 163. He put up 79. I mean, this is just what happens in this Week 13 matchup. That's ridiculous. Prior to you booming last year, you went on a 4-game losing streak. Cooper, you are coming off a 4-game losing streak right now, and you're booming. Is this in the Tinglers' game plan? Like, is this what they do?
I mean, we find our stride when we need to. It was a rocky start to the season. We've had the lowest score in GFL history back in week 2, week 3.
What a great time.
And I gotta say, the resilience this team has shown this season is something I can hang my hat on, regardless of how the rest of the season shakes out.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm back to hating on John because DJ Moore actually turned out to be pretty good, and Amari Cooper is dust. James Baird and Chase Brown. John, that trade stinks. Once again, that trade stinks.
I apologize in advance.
Oh, of course. Oh, what?
Tight end burned again.
Okay.
After a horrific bonfire accident in 2023, resulting in major scarring to his face, David Njoku had to face the agony again as he sits there and watches the fire that was Caden's team this week.
Oh, my God.
He drops 26 points and 2 touchdowns on Caden's bench, a 20-point swing in what ended up being a 19-point loss to the Bryan football team.
Oh, my God. I mean, nobody really recognized it because the game. Everybody was like, "All right, we're moving on. We're looking at Brett's matchup." But it's like, hang on a minute. If David Njoku would have won him that game,
He would have won him the game.
that is, and he's been picking between those two all year.
This is now the third headline I've had that is about the tight end that Caden does or does not play.
I'd say he needs to make the right call this week. Njoku's in for the time being. Cooper, we alluded to it. I'm going to give our viewers a quick playoff preview here. The playoffs are not technically set. We've only had 3 managers clinch the playoffs, but we've essentially got 3 tiers here. we've got the two teams that have the buys locked up. It's the Goobers and it's me. No big freaking deal. We're back. Usually it's not the BFT's way to go get a buy. Or the Goobers, we both usually come out of the middle of the bracket and then get in there. Just a little GFL history for you. Our buys are locked up. Again, me and Logan. Logan's only back on me by a single game. But I'm up on him and everybody else in the league by, I don't know, a whole 180 points.
Who's your
So
daddy?
unless I sit everybody and he scores 190, I think I got it. The 1 seed is still at large. I could fight Chris for that. I don't know if I want to play the lower rated seed. The seed might be you, or it might be. I don't want to. I'm going to be honest, Cooper. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you in the second round or until the championship. Next spot, you got the people who have the playoff spot locked up. Quote unquote locked up. You got the Tinglers, you got the Florida Man, and you got Skull. Skull's got it on the app. You can see him on the app. The Tinglers and the Florida Man. Matt is currently down 70 points to John. Matt sneaks in there if John loses and then puts up 70 more points than John with all of his damn players on bye. So if he actually does that and pulls a reverse Jimmy, I think the Florida Man may explode.
Yeah.
I need a government. John needs to be put on a government watch list in Florida. He needs to take some vacation time. And then, obviously, we have our marquee matchup. If you're good at math, you can count that is 5 teams that I've mentioned. And there is 1 playoff spot left. You've got Caden of Wandelicious, and you've got Brett of LeBron's Third Leg. It is a winner-take-all cage match belt throwdown.
Voices in the air, hear it loud and clear, telling me to listen. Whispers in my ear, nothing can compare.
I mean, the winner wins and the loser loses and goes to play on, most likely in the losers finals, because that's how this game works. Just a little preview of the matchup here. Brett is 3-1 all the time against Caden. 3-1. Beat him. Let me see here. Beat him the first year. They only played once. Split the series the second year, and then this year, obviously a heartbreaking loss by 30 points, putting up 170 to 150, something like that. I mean, Cooper, is this the highest stakes game we've ever had in the GFL, other than a championship game?
It has to be.
I don't know how it isn't.
Brian, I've been given bowl names for all of the rivalry weeks.
Please do.
This is the Shell Silverstein Bowl.
Why is that?
Because for one of these managers, this is where the sidewalk ends.
Oh, very good. That's very good.
Brian, you want to give me a matchup? I'll tell you what bowl they're playing in.
I mean, let's just start with me and Matt. This game has held a lot of stakes in previous years. Last year, this was for a playoff game, and I beat Matt, as I always have.
Yeah. I know in the past 2 weeks, I've tried to stray away from branded or company bowls. As we get closer to the playoffs, GFL needs a little bit of money to keep the organization running smoothly. So we've gotten a few sponsors for our bowl games this week. Brian, you and Matt are playing in the Dyson Bowl.
The Dyson Bowl.
The Dyson Bowl.
Okay.
I'm not going to be elaborating because it's a really stupid reason on this one.
I'm afraid you're going to have to elaborate on that one.
Well, I got to get pretty creative with some of these. So I was thinking about, all right, what industry are you in? What jobs do you guys do?
What industry?
Data science and UX. I was looking at the acronyms, and it's D sucks. And I was like, oh, vacuum sucks things up.
D
Dyson.
sucks. You went D sucks and then vacuums?
And
You are-
Dyson.
You are
Yep.
a better man than I. Because it's right there.
That being said, Brian, you're getting this win. We got no Mixon, no JT, no Zay, or Mark Andrews for Matt. Projected 96 points for full roster.
Man, thank God I traded for JSN or else he'd be playing against me this week. Who's next? Why, it could only be Skull and beat Jimmy 2025.
The Rocket League Bowl.
Good one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kyle's able to pull this out. He may avoid a bye in the first round of the losers bracket. I think
He
Kyle
did.
takes this one.
Kyle takes this one.
I think Kyle takes this one.
There's literally no shot that Kyle takes this one. I'm taking Logan. And tell you what, I'll bet you 2 cores on that.
I do owe you a Coors from JD getting the win over Jimmy last week.
There you go. Haven't been doing it much.
I'll
but-
put 2 Coors on this one. I got faith in my boy Kyle.
I don't know about that. Next up, you got the floor man, and who gives a shit?
The Johnson & Johnson Bowl.
There's the headline. That's good. That's a good one.
Yep. I'm giving this one to JD. John
JD?
is all but secured his spot in the playoffs. I think he lets the team take their foot off the gas pedal a little bit, rest up before the playoffs.
You know, I'll say it right now, I no longer believe in JD. John is getting the dub. John
I-
Smith, league winner. Next up, we're gonna wait on that. Next up, we got you and the Silly Willies. If I'm checking my data, he's currently projected 76 points because he doesn't have Lamar Jackson out. He doesn't have a different quarterback. I mean,
Yeah,
are you expecting any opposition here?
not a lot. I mean, I think we'll make it happen.
Got a bowl name? Bowl name?
This is the Mountain Mania Bowl.
The Mountain Mania Bowl.
Will loves the
Because
mountains.
of the Tetons, and he's in the mountains.
The Tetons. Yep.
Very creative. Next up, we have the Goobers and Jimmy. What looks to be another blowout.
Arguably my favorite, my bowl name here. This is the Fudgy Bowl.
Fudgy Bowl.
Yeah, because we got two Fudgies. Two guys who
Maybe even a leafer. You could even be a leafer.
maybe even a leafer. Brian, Jimmy's team just isn't good.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
There's no way around it.
Plain stinking bad.
Yep.
Welcome to maybe the most exciting week that we've got. And we've got the two participants of the most exciting week. Brett and Caden are involved in a winner-takes-all playoff matchup, and we've got them both here on Ball and Chain. We are so lucky. Caden, I'll start with you. How you doing?
Well, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm just ecstatic to get into it today, and I'm excited for our matchup this week.
Of course, Brett.
I'm not doing so hot. I've been better, but yeah,
Oh, wow.
I'm ready to go.
Ready to go. Cooper, where do
Yeah.
we begin here? Where do we begin? I don't know where to begin with this.
I think we have to begin about 5 or 6 weeks ago, aka the last time Brett won a match.
Oh,
What is going on, Brett? Do you think you've been too hands off this late in the season?
I wouldn't say hands off. I think Brian jinxed me with the coaching metric. I don't know. That just it didn't seem to add up. I almost complained about it, but I thought I couldn't since I was first. But you really set me up to fail, Brian.
I did. I'm glad it worked out perfectly. Thank God. You've been averaging 107 points a game over these last 5 games. That is not the standard of LeBron's third leg. It just isn't. I mean, how do you explain something like that?
I don't know. I think, and the crazy part is Christian McCaffrey has been in my lineup, and he was supposed to put me, ahead. He was supposed to be the reason why I stepped up, but I've stepped back. And I don't know. I think maybe him getting injured is what my team needs. I picked up Isaac Guerrero, or whatever his last name is.
That's pretty good.
Pretty hefty bid, by the way. Outbid
Yeah.
at least 3 or 4 other people.
Good Lord, 425. Must be nice that I have that money and not have it pissed away on Jaden McMillan. That'd be nice.
Caden, what's your biggest regret from draft day?
Oh my goodness, probably my biggest regret. I don't know, probably just not getting a superstar. I wish I could have just drafted somebody that could have been, like a super strong point on my team.
Are you insulting Puka Nakua? Is this what I'm hearing right now?
Well,
Puka-
He's been hurt, but that guy's an
Yeah.
animal.
He threw a punch and got thrown out of a game that cost Caden a week.
That cost you a whole week.
that
That's
was
true.
yeah. So I still don't really trust him after that. I can't call him a superstar if you're gonna be throwing punches at other people and costing and selling my game.
Caden, you have had a bit of a rough go of it as of late. A lot of primetime losses for you. A lot of primetime matchup losses, as we covered in the last episode. I mean, any words for the commissioner on this extremely tough late game schedule that you've had to go through? Meanwhile, teams like Skoll and the Tinglers and the Florida Man they just get absolute cupcakes in rivalry week. I mean, do you have any problems with that? Any words?
I don't know. It's hard. I can see where he's coming from because it's hard to predict like who's going to be good at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Kyle's going to be great at the beginning of the year. Is it Jimmy's fault? Would you call it Jimmy's fault? Is that a leading question?
I think it is. I really think it is.
I'll get out in front of it. Apologies to both of you for throwing a bit of a wrench in your rivalry week matchups there. I have beaten both of you, especially Brett. Good lord.
Especially yeah, that was a tough loss. I'll see you in the playoffs.
Just thinking about how I've lost to both of the hosts here. It's unbelievable.
You had back the ball and chain call. You playing everybody on the screen right now.
That's kind of crazy.
Caden, I'm going to swing it back to you with a question. How do you feel like your youthful energy gives you an edge in the GFL?
I think that I'm more into it than the rest of the guys here. I think I'm more, like, I don't know, energetic about the sport, maybe.
Love the passion.
I'm more hype for my guys. And when we lose, I hate to see it.
What NFL team do you think your organization embodies? Who's the parallel, if you will?
I think probably the Bears, actually. And I think that's because they've had a couple of tough losses that I think they could have won.
That's actually not bad.
That's a really good answer. Yeah.
That should have won. They have a tough schedule and a tough division, and I think we both are just underappreciated.
That is
Brett,
fair.
I got to ask the same to you.
NFL team. Feel like the Jets right now. I just feel like I'm down. You know, like
It's not good.
had quite a few losses. Nothing's really going to plan. You know, the Jets brought in Devontae Adams to hopefully get their season back on track. I brought in Christian McCaffrey.
It's not a good feeling to have. That's not the kind of feeling you want.
No.
Certainly not.
I mean, I'm going to ask the same question. It's going to apply to both of you here. I mean, why does your team need this more?
I feel like things are just going really poorly for me. I feel like an old man. I was telling you guys earlier, I had Arby's for dinner. My teams, I'm a Bears fan. The Bears are doing terrible. I'm a Spartan fan. The Spartans are doing terrible. I've lost 5 in a row. I'm about at the end of my rope, and I just need it. I just need this one bad. I bought a Breeze for the first time in a while. I woke up feeling really bad. A tough week at work. Things have been tough, so I'm ready for a win. I need it.
Reminiscent of a Silly Willy's interview from last season.
I think we found our comparison. A roast beef sandwich does sound pretty good right now.
I got a little crazy. I went for the brisket sandwich, and it disappointed. I thought maybe the fried mac and cheese bites would do something. They didn't.
Bruh.
Curly fries were pretty good. I would really look at. They were pretty good.
That's fair. Caden, same question to you. Why do you deserve this win more?
I think I deserve it more because I've also had a pretty rough last couple weeks with the loss to Cooper and to Logan. That was absolutely devastating. And to Brian, but that was more of like a 30-point loss. So yeah, I mean, I've never made it to the playoffs before. He's been there previous years, never made it, and I just need this.
Gotta get hard again. Gotta get.
That's fair. Do you think LeBron uses Cialis, or do you think he's still pretty good?
I think he's getting up there. You know, the bald spot, the gray in his beard. I think he's probably testing the waters, trying it out. He probably has a stash at home just in case.
Probably gets him for free. I think you're probably right.
Caden, I gotta ask in a similar vein to you. Is Wan'Dale Robinson the right guy for the face of your organization? I don't think he's been in your starting roster for at least 5 or 6 weeks.
Great question.
I think it's just because after that week 1 loss, I was pretty desperate, and I spent quite a bit of money on him, and after that, things started going uphill. The reason for that was Wan'Dale. He got me out of the mud when I was in it. He played in that flex spot when I needed him there.
Would you say he's more like Ramondre Stevenson or Gabe Davis?
I think definitely Ramondre. I think Gabe Davis isn't. He's kind of passed around. He's been on quite a few teams. I got to keep. Wan'Dale's only been on my team.
All right, let's get into the matchup here. Brett, give me some keys to the game. What are the matchups you're looking at here? I see Darnell Mooney's on the bench. Guarendo's he's just in. He's playing in the flex.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game time decision between Darnell Mooney and Isaac Guarendo because Darnell put up 30 last time I played Caden, and he was a big part of why I put up 170 that week. You got to think the 49ers lead running back with really no one else in the backfield. You got to think they're going to put up double digits, hopefully 15, 20 points.
True.
But I was looking at my roster this week, and I'm happy to say that every player is playing in either a warm weather climate or indoors. And I
Wow.
think that's a huge advantage.
Damn, analyzing the weather. That's
I love it.
I mean, you're going deep there. You're going deep. Caden, same for you. Terry McLaurin, kind of a rock for your team, except for that 1 week where he gave you 2 points and I almost traded for him. On bye this week. He's on bye. I mean, what's going on there?
It's an unfortunate loss, but I think that Brian Thomas Jr. can fill that spot.
Yep.
I mean, with that trade with John, that was pretty clutch. I was surprised that he even offered Brian Thomas Jr.
John gets Javante for that guy.
Crazy.
Desperate and got him the loss anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
Regardless of who makes it into the playoffs and who has to fight for their life in the losers bracket, I don't personally feel like either of your teams are at risk of being the league's loser this year, which begs the question, who do you think is losing the league?
Ooh.
I think Matt is gonna speak it into existence. I think he's more worried than anyone, and I think it's gonna happen.
Me personally, I think it's gonna be Jimmy. I mean, he's kind of already. His team is struggling. We have to make this guy lose. He's with everything that he's put the league through.
Let's get down to the meat of it. Caden, what do you think of Brett as a manager? You got any words for him here ahead of this matchup?
I think it's gonna be a great match. I think he's a good manager. I mean, he beat me that in those earlier weeks when I got 150. And he managed to put up 170 on me.
Sounds like it hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, he's a good manager. I think it's going to be a great match.
Wow. Brett?
Yeah, I think Caden's also a great manager. I will say, whoever loses this week, I will be, pulling. Caden, if you lose, I'll be pulling for you in the losers bracket. But at the end of the day, I really just want to win. So.
Very nice interview segment here. Not what I expected ahead of the biggest GFL game maybe ever. Very interesting. Surprising, but welcome.
That being said, before we let you go, both of you are going to be on our bonus segment this week. Backed by popular demand, we're doing the $100,000 pyramid.
Go big.
We did it 2 weeks ago with Chris and John and NFL players. We did it last week with a special Thanksgiving theme.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a bit of a split theme here. I'm going to let the two of you decide together who wants to be the clue giver and the guesser for each.
Ooh.
We have a Christmas-themed list, and we have NFL player list.
Oh, wow.
So you two can discuss amongst yourself who wants to be given the clues for each and who wants to go first.
I would rather get clues for the Christmas. But that's just me.
Big
I'm
Christmas
more
guy.
confident.
You wanna give clues for Christmas, Caden?
No, get them. Receive
Okay,
them.
that's fine.
Receiving Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to start there.
Try not to end up like Jimmy. I don't know if anybody's saying it.
It happens every waxing gibbous moon. It has not happened much this year. It happened one time this year. What you give, also on your belly, but it's a fat person's belly. They got these. It's the worst way to eat this thing.
What thing?
It's the worst way to eat it. It's a
favorite
vegetable. I'm related to them. It's a dessert that is the best dessert.
The worst thing ever.
Gotta do better than that. Okay. So, you kiss under this.
Mistletoe.
Blank McDuck.
Skip it.
The person who sings "All I Want for Christmas."
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Yep.
You drink this at Christmas
Eggnog?
time. Yep. What's the Spanish song for Merry Christmas?
Feliz Navidad.
Yep.
He's in Spain.
It's this is for the month of December before Christmas, you open this up every one thing per day, I think.
Advent calendar.
Yeah. What's a really generic thing to say for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever?
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah.
No, for both. It's all encompassing. Any religion. It's just a generic thing to say around this time of year to people. Instead of Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah.
He's choking.
20 seconds on the clock.
I'll skip it.
Yeah.
Who plays Elf?
Will Ferrell.
Yep. Can't think of
And time.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Happy
was the-
Holidays was the
Happy holidays.
Not
and then
bad.
Scrooge
Good lord.
McDuck.
You know
I
Scrooge
didn't know.
McDuck.
No, I've never seen that movie. I didn't know that.
Caden, you're getting your list. These are all current NFL players. Reminder, you cannot say the name of the NFL team they are on. You can say the GFL team, you can say division, position, stats about them. Anything else but the team they're on. List is coming your way.
Okay,
Ready? Begin.
I'm ready. Okay, this guy always is thankful for Jesus, and he plays for the quarterback for the Browns.
Can't say
Jameis?
the team they're on, buddy.
Oh,
I was gonna say Tebow.
doesn't
Okay,
matter.
running back, first round pick, second year player
Jahmyr Gibbs.
in the Saints division, but not in the Saints or the Panthers or the Bucks.
Oh, Bijan.
Yup, Bijan. Tight end for America's. Can I say that?
Jake
We'll,
Ferguson.
we'll let it slide.
Take that
America's team.
Jake Ferguson.
No, second back or the backup.
He's a Michigan man.
He's at Michigan. Yeah, Michigan
Oh.
for Michigan.
Jake Butt.
30 seconds on the
Pass.
clock.
one.
We've
Oh my
gotten
goodness.
2.
Okay.
This is Jimmy-esque.
All right. Tight end that his starter sucked week 1, so he got put in. Getting thrown to by Lamar.
Isaiah Likely.
Yep. Brian Robinson's backup.
Austin Eckler.
Yep.
10 seconds.
Quarterback to play for Alabama. He
Jalen Hurts.
sucks now. No, but
Mac Jones. Tua Tagovailoa.
no. He's 5'10".
Bryce Young.
Yep, Bryce Young.
Time.
Bryce Young buzzer beater. Damn, Cook there at the end. The beginning was rough, but the end was strong. Oh my goodness.
Who's the tight end for that played at U of M?
Luke Schoonmaker.
Schoonmaker. Not a
he
big
in Jimmy's lineup.
He was. I think he still is.
I think he still
should
is,
drop
yeah.
him. He's one of his better players. She should
I think
be.
he's projected for like 1.8.
That's all right. Yeah. Tyler Lockett's probably projected 0.8.
I've always wanted to be on a bonus segment.
You've been on a bonus segment, haven't you?
I've never been on a bonus segment.
Wow, a banana and now your first bonus segment. All right. Well, thank you both for joining us. Best of luck to both of you. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure going into this game. Keep a level head. Stick to the game plan. And just win. That's
May
it.
the best man win.
May the best man win.
Amen.
See everybody next time.
Bye. I was telling you guys earlier, I had Arby's for dinner.